Alright folks, I'm here to tell you about the compact, waterproof, rechargeable 2300 lumen magnetic tail cap headlamp slash flashlight, the Olight versatile LED illumination tool, the H2R Nova. Alright, in the box you get if you order it from Olight direct on Amazon, you get an Olight patch here. It's got Velcro on the back, and it's like a vinyl nylon. It's got a rubbery feel to it. But that's a pretty awesome patch. It's got their brand on it, and you get that for free. Seems like if you order it from Olight Direct. So that's a little perk you get there, and it doesn't cost any extra. Then you get the light itself. It includes an 18650 battery, and you get the head strap. And you get the charger, a magnetic charger. We'll get into that in a little bit. The manual that tells you about the run times and the features. The charger that comes with this H2R Nova. This is the first magnetic charger I've ever used with Olight. I really love it. It's got a USB on one end, so it plugs into any of those boxes you guys get, and it charges magnetically to the flashlight. So you just come home, that simple. All I gotta do is walk up to the counter where I leave the charger and charge it. Charger's laying there on the counter. That's all I gotta do. Take it out of my pocket. Charges. Love it. Love it. It's red when it's charging. The light turns green as seen here while it's still connected to it when it's got a full charge. So the charger is a great feature to this flashlight. I really do like the charger. Alright, the strap. The strap is a really great feature, and you would think would cost more to include it or be an option, but they've included it with the light. The strap is nice. They recommend removing the clip before you put the strap on. So you put the strap on your head. The headlamp strap has a magnet on it, so you magnetize it on there. You just clip it on your head, which is easy because you can't see it, right? So you're wearing the strap, you just go, you throw that in there, and then you can easily feel putting that silicone rubber band thing over the top of it that definitely holds it in place, and it stops it from moving. So you can twist it, but it's a little more difficult, and it's designed so you can put it on your head, and when you twist it, it doesn't move easily. You know, by the turn of your head, it won't just flop around and fall off or turn off. Sorry, you'll be able to illuminate what you're working on. It's completely adjustable, the top of it, and the circumference that goes around your head. It's completely adjustable. These are reflective. These are a bit cracked on mine because I put it on a hard hat and worked in a freezer. I've put this thing to work since I've had it. Absolutely love it. I have found that I don't really use the strap. I did a little bit in the beginning just to try it out, but I found out that with this clip, this thing perfectly fits onto a ball cap and even my hard hat at work. I clip that thing on there, and it does perfect. So when you're wearing your hat, you can clip it on one way or the other, it doesn't matter. But I found that if you clip it on the smallest way, it holds tight better. It stays on and it doesn't move, and you can look all around, and it doesn't fall off your hat. But you can see it perfectly. It goes on your hat and it illuminates everything you're doing as you're wearing it, and it doesn't come off. Love it. The only thing I don't like about this light is that if you turn it on and you wear it such as this, or even in the harness, the head strap, if you grab it by the tail cap to turn it, you can unscrew it just like that, and it takes very little to turn it off. So we'll turn it on here. where you can see. And this is again, the only thing I do not like about this light. Look how little we turn it. That's it. Not even a quarter of a turn. Not even a quarter of a turn, and it turns off. See that? So, I would recommend to the manufacturer, if they were to ever see this, that maybe a tad bit more thread, maybe just another thread on there that keeps it making contact after you twist it. But other than that, perfect, because I just slide it in my pocket just like this, and I stick it on my hat, and it works wonders. And because of the run time, I get such great run time out of this light. So if I go to the medium, which is 150 lumens, and put that thing on my hat, that's got a 10-hour run time. Even if I work 12-hour shifts, I don't use my light the entire time, so that would work an entire shift at 150 lumens, which is brilliant for doing any kind of electrical work or doing work inside of a control box. It just does exactly what I needed to do. So the operation of this light is you do a single click, and it comes on in the last mode that you used. It remembers. It will even remember turbo mode for only 10 minutes. So if you turn it off, you double click, you got turbo. When you turn it off and turn it back on, it remembers that for 10 minutes. After that, it will go into the mode you were using before that. So if I go down and turn it on in moonlight, and then turn it on, and let's say I want to keep it at the 150 lumens, when I turn it off, turn it back on, it stays in 150 lumens. So if you, from off, you have two features you can use from off. The light is off, I can hold it down and get moonlight, it's 1 lumen, and then I can go up from there by holding the button, or I can double click from off and I get turbo mode. The only other thing you can do from off is lock it out. So I can hold down the button till it comes on, and then I keep holding till it flashes off like that. Now, every time I push it, it comes on, but it won't do anything until I hold it down again. The reason for this feature is because of how hot this light gets. If you were to put this thing in your pocket, and I have done this without locking it out, and you double click it to turbo, you will see smoke coming from your pocket, because lint is very flammable, and this is hot enough to ignite it. But anyway, so now it's locked out. If I bump it, it's not going to do anything, and even if it does, the way you unlock it is hold it down, and now it's back in. So even if I bumped it and I held it down till it unlocked, it only turns on to 1 lumen, and it stays on that way. So if I let it go, I'd look and I go, uh-oh, the mode that runs for 45 days straight is on. I don't think it would affect the operation of the rest of my day if I found it on in this state. The only way that would be bad is if it was in your bag and it was on for several days that way. So, if you're going to put it in a bag, I would twist it very little, and it kills it. And then you could put it in your bag, and then when you're ready to go, you turn it on. From on, while it's on, if you hold it down, it goes through the modes. The only mode you cannot reach while it's on through this method is turbo, but you can double click while on and it goes to turbo. If you turn it off, turn it back on, it turns back on into turbo. You have to cycle through to get out of that, or wait 10 minutes. Love this light. Alright, the first mode is the moon mode, which is 1 lumen, which you can't even see. So now we're looking at the low mode, which is 30 lumens. It's shining at a trash can that's about 15-20 feet away from me. Then the next mode is medium, which is 150 lumens. The runtime on that is 10 hours. The low mode is 50 hours. Alright, that is 600 lumens. It's the high mode. You get 2.5 hours of straight runtime on that. 2.5 hours at 600 lumens. And then you have turbo, 2300 lumens. And then it for 1 minute, and then it will go down to 750 lumens. It will go down due to heat. But you can see here that it is just bright. I mean, it's illuminating across the street. It's kind of amazing how bright it is. Something I like and want to talk about in this video is the angle of this light. It's a 90-degree angle light. Instead of shining out of the end of the light like all your other flashlights, it shines. So like if I wanted to illuminate a room, I would have to tail stand this one. My light shines straight up. But for this light, I can move this clip and point it slightly up. Let's say I was going to change a tire on the side of the road, and I could take this and turn it on and lay it on the ground and point it exactly where I want it. The beauty, I mean, it stays right there. If I'm up under the sink working on something, I could lay it down and turn it almost straight up. But it does also have a magnet on the back side of here, so I can stick it to whatever and onto the hood, and it's going to point down. Alright, just for a bit of size comparison, this is the H2R Nova. This is the Olight R20 Javelot. This is the Polaris XT11S and the Manker U11. Every one of these are running off the exact same size battery. These two have extremely long distance beam shots. They're in the 300-meter range. That's why they have such big heads on them. But even Olight surpasses Polaris. They're almost exactly the same, but this one is much smaller, which I love. But your H2R Nova is by far the smallest one here out of these 18650 lights. If you look at the diameter on them, the Manker is much bigger around. The head is much bigger. The Manker is, I believe, 1050 lumens, 1050. And it's just, this is not, you can't carry this in your pocket. I mean, you can, but it's terrible. The head is too big on that to carry in your pocket. This is more of a pocket size light. I can carry this H2R in my pocket comfortably, no problems at all. So there's just a bit of a size comparison for those that want to kind of look at the size. You know, this is a good size. This is a big light. You can't put that in your pocket. Same with the R20 Javelot. You need a holster of some kind. But the H2R, you can see, is barely bigger than my hand and fits well. Alright, the battery on the H2R Nova, it comes with a 3000 milliwatt amp hour battery. It will only run off, the manufacturers recommend that you only use this battery that comes with it, because it doesn't say, it just says it recommends that it uses this battery, specifically designed for that battery. This light will only run when it's receiving the correct voltage. So I'm going to run through these other batteries and show you what we get. Some batteries work, some don't. It seems to be random. But I do know that it doesn't have to have this proprietary battery right here that has the ring, the plus and the minus on one side. It doesn't have to have that to run, because it will run off this 2600 Polaris battery. I don't get it. Maybe somebody out there knows, but check with a manufacturer before you purchase additional batteries for this light. They're probably going to recommend the proprietary battery that's built just for the light. But now I'll run through each light and show you how it performs. Polaris 2600. As you can see, it runs through all modes. It turns on and off, does the moonlight mode. It does every mode just fine. This is the Olight 2600 milliamp hour battery, 3.7. As you can see, I turn it on and it shuts off and it won't turn back on. This is the Olight 3400 milliamp hour, 3.6 battery. It cycles through all the modes and will run. When you turn it off, if you double click for turbo, it turns on and turns off and will not turn back on. There you go. This light will not run off of just any 18650 battery. The manufacturers recommend the battery that comes with it, which is the 3000 milliamp hour 18650. This proprietary with the positive and negative on one end as well as the other end. So if you're going to buy additional batteries, you can buy some. I would get with the manufacturer before you do so, just so you know that it's going to work. This is a perfect everyday carry. For work, for walking the dog, for whatever. Plenty of light, plenty of modes, excellent run time if you're going to use this every day at work. Absolutely beautiful. Well designed, well made, love it. Anyway, so that is the review of the H2R Nova. Absolutely love it. Thanks for watching.